All right, what's up you guys? Coach Jeff here. This is workout number 2. This is part 1 of workout number 2, week 1 of August 2020. All right, so we got, we're going to perform each exercise for 1 minute, and then we'll go on to part 2. So first you're going to do your bent knee T. Bent knee T position. As I rotate left, my left palm turns down, right palm turns up. Maintain control, shoulders should stay in contact with the floor. It's not really about how far you can go, it's about maintaining the 90-90 throughout and controlling the rotation and maintaining the scapula or your shoulder blades on the floor. All right. Next is your quadruped reach back. So I'm going to get in the quadruped, set my toes, set my core, sit back just a little bit, and then I'm going to inhale, exhale. Okay, make sure you're breathing. Your exhale should be here, your inhale should be here. Try to get as much range of motion as you can. Make sure you keep your hips stable. You don't want them moving or your back moving. Okay, your back's going to rotate and flex a little bit. That's okay. Quadruped rock back. So mobilize the hips and maintain good core or spinal position. I don't want you to round your spine as you go back. Okay. Next is your Turkish get up, punch and roll. All right, this is the first step in the Turkish get up. Very good exercise, worth doing. Vertical arm, right leg's up, so I'm taking my bridge and splitting it, and then this arm is about 45 degrees. So not up here, it's more right about there. And then I want to keep this vertical and aligned over the shoulder throughout the movement. Then the other thing I want to do is make sure the shoulder, rib cage, and pelvis stay aligned with each other. We don't want to twist. Okay? Knee stays vertical, arms over the shoulder, shoulders active, and come back. Bring it down gently. When you switch sides, just roll it over. Okay? That is your punch and roll. And it's the belly mountain climber. Good control. Push the ground away. Tuck the chin in. Make sure the hip stays stable and below that. And finally, just set of push-ups. Good. All right, that's part 1 of workout 2. I'm going to scroll up here. Okay, so this one is called the dumbbell matrix, and I'll be honest, it's been a very long time since I've done this and introduced anyone to this protocol. We used to do it early on back in the Skyline days. Bring it back. It's a valuable tool to have, especially now when we're having to train at home. We don't have access to a gym. This is a great protocol. And you can adjust it, which I'll talk about later, according to your needs, things you want to focus on, or the type of fitness you want to focus on. All right. So the nice thing about this, and I must say this is some continuing education that I learned from Institute of Human Performance, JC Santana, I should say. So this is from their instructor's manual, their continuing education's manual. And this is called the dumbbell matrix. And there's a pressing phase, a pulling phase, a lunging phase, and a lunge to curl phase. So you're pretty much working the whole body, and each round is a total of 72 reps. So start with the lighter dumbbell, see what it feels like, and then you can adjust accordingly after. All right, so first you're gonna start off with dumbbell overhead, alternating overhead presses. So this is the start position, and I'm just gonna have my feet about shoulder width, and then I'm alternating presses. I'm gonna do 6 of those, okay? And then 6 Y presses. So I'm just going wide with them a little bit. My palms are, I'm in a neutral position. Instead of going straight up, I'm gonna come out to the side a little bit. All right, and then 6 rotational presses. I'm gonna pivot, press, come back, pivot, press. 6 of those, all right? And then I go into the pulling phase, which is 6 alternating curls, 6 upright rows. I'm gonna have a slight forward lean. I'm not rounding my back, I'm just leaning slightly forward, a little bit easier on the shoulders, and totally okay to do that. Okay, and then 6 alternating cross uppercuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we'll go into our reaching lunge. So 6 forward. I'm going to stop at about mid shin or just below my knees. I want to keep my back neutral. I'll show you a couple of side views here. We were taught in our continuing education that it's okay to have functional flexion. In other words, slight lumbar flexion. That's okay as long as your spine is healthy and able to do that. All right. Next is our lateral reach. 6 per side, or 6 total, and then our rotational. The main thing about the rotational one is watch the knee. We want the rotation happening at the hip, reaching, or you can pivot the foot like I just did there. Okay, so 6 of those, and then finally the last phase of it is 6 lunge to presses, reaching lunge. So I'm going to reach, press, reach, press, and 6 lateral, reach, press, reach, press. Okay, and then rotational. Okay, so you can see we snuck in all 3 movement patterns in that last phase. So that's a total of 72 reps. So let's talk about this real quick. If you want to, generally speaking, focus more on strength, use dumbbells that will allow you to finish all 72 reps in around 2 minutes. Now these are JC's guidelines, by the way. That might be different for us, right? Might take a little longer, honestly, and it will certainly take longer if you use heavier dumbbells. Okay? The goal is try to finish about 2 minutes though. For power or metabolic, we want to use dumbbells that allow us to finish in about a minute, 30 seconds, minute 45 seconds. Okay, so you're going to use a little bit lighter dumbbell. Your speed might be a little bit quicker. Okay. So let's talk about work to rest ratio. So you want to do about, for strength, 1 to 3. Remember, when you're working on strength, the goal isn't cardio. Don't get the two confused, right? Or don't try to put them together. There's other things we can do for cardio, right? So strength emphasis, you're going to do a ratio of 1 to 3, work versus rest. So for example, if you are doing it in 2 minutes, you're going to have 6 minutes of rest, okay, in between your sets. I know it seems like a long time, but remember, we got to let those muscles recover so we can use optimal weight dumbbell and have optimal technique and not get too fatigued, right, and have to stop. All right, so for more of a power metabolic emphasis, we're going to do 1 to 2. So If it's taking you a minute and a half, then you're going to do a 3-minute rest. All right. So if you want more metcon, more cardio, then do that one, 1 to 2. All right. And the other thing you can do is alternate them. One day you do a strength emphasis, one day you do a metcon emphasis, and mix it up that way. All right. So you want to also complete 3 rounds of this. All right, you guys. It's a tough one. Sounds easy with a 6 minutes rest, but it gets pretty tough, especially if we start to change the dumbbell weight. All right, take care.